విశాఖ సాగర తీరంలో CII సదస్సు ప్రారంభమైంది. సదస్సుకు కేంద్ర మంత్రులు అరుణ్ జైట్లీ, వెంకయ్య, నిర్మలా సీతారామన్, ఏపీ సీఎం చంద్రబాబుతో పాటు పలువురు పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు హాజరయ్యారు. 2 రోజుల పాటు జరగనున్న భాగస్వామ్య సదస్సుని కేంద్ర మంత్రి అరుణ్ జైట్లీ ప్రారంభించారు. 6,83,000 కోట్ల పెట్టుబడులే లక్ష్యంగా ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ మీట్ నిర్వహిస్తోంది ఏపీ ప్రభుత్వం. 50 దేశాలకు చెందిన దాదాపు 3,000 మంది పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు ఈ సదస్సులో పాల్గొంటారు.
Large savings which can otherwise now be directed towards the benefit of the less privileged people in India. The second most important change which has taken place is the passage by the Indian Parliament and the state legislatures of the Constitution Amendment enabling the goods and services tax. That itself enables India to become one large market, allow a free flow of goods and services across the country, have only one taxation system in the country, eliminate multiple assessments, eliminate taxes on taxes, and therefore make business processes simpler, introduce a more efficient tax system, eliminate all forms of discretions and corruptions, and probably check in evasion and bring more revenue to the coffers as far as the centre and the state governments are concerned. I'm particularly glad that almost all state governments have actively cooperated in making this a reality. Most of the contentious issues have been sorted out in the GST Council, which is a forum of where you can actually see deliberative democracy in action, and those are being very actively now at the final stages of implementation. The third, I think, was perhaps one of the most important changes which took place in India was the move to demonetize the high denominational currency in India. The reality and truth always was that in terms of taxation, both direct and indirect, India was largely a non-compliant society. In a taxation non-compliant society, states and the central government struggle with their revenues to run the system. It creates an unfair enrichment in favor of the evader as against those segments of the economy and the society on whom these resources are to be spread. It also becomes very unfair on the normal taxpayer, because what the evader manages to evade is what the compliant has to pay more. As a result of this, the government therefore decided to demonetize the high denominational currency, which shook the system for some time, but which has now gradually increased the process of integrating India's shadow economy, the parallel economy, the informal economy in far greater number with the more formal economy. The size of the more formal economy is expanding. So are the transactions in the banking system and through the digital mode. This is going to result, coupled with the GST, in the days to come, much larger revenues as far as the states are concerned, as far as the central government is concerned, and expand the size as far as the formal economy is concerned. Now, these important significant changes actually lay down the direction in which the Indian economy is moving. Now, with this direction of the Indian economy in otherwise a slowed down world, what happens to one of the most progressive states of India, states like Andhra Pradesh? I think, as I mentioned earlier, Andhra Pradesh obviously has the advantage of many areas where the development is to take place. You have a capital to be built. You have large irrigation projects to be executed. You have a coastal economy in play. You have the service sector. You have more townships which have to come up. More manufacturing has to come up. Therefore, the avenues of investment in a state like Andhra Pradesh are far more compared to other parts of the country. The decision-making process here is far more. And I think Andhra has the advantage, if I may say so, much to the to the embarrassment of the Chief Minister, in him a leadership which provides direction with a certain amount of clarity and has a single-minded pursuit of the economic development of the state itself. Now, once you have a Chief Minister who provides that cutting-edge leadership itself, I would be surprised that my own estimate of Andhra growing 4 to 5% higher than India's GDP itself could also be exceeded if the Chief Secretary's assertion that it could even be targeting something close to 14%, which is something otherwise unheard of in India itself. And I'm sure the fact that it's a tribute to the state of Andhra Pradesh and the fact that it is recovering from the disadvantage of the division itself and catching up on the bends, that for the second consecutive years the CII is holding the partnership summit here. It has attracted a great amount of response as far as other investors from all over the world are concerned. Let me assure all of you and the Honorable Chief Minister that we have not only fulfilled whatever promise we had as far as the central government is concerned, but will walk an extra mile as far as the state of Andhra Pradesh is concerned, because we know that it is here where the potential of much higher growth for the state and for the rest of India arises. I wish this conference a great success. Thank you.